It is that time of year again, Thanksgiving time, and I think this year especially has been an exceptional one where everybody around the world has been through a few storms and a few battles, and we wanted to take this Thanksgiving time to look back and pick out a few things that we're especially thankful for and things that are real kind of, special moments.
We have found this one crack of a cave
During this pandemic year. So here you go. So number one for me is literally the day before we went into lockdown, I got a chance to take an incredible young man skydiving. So today is a very special day with a very special man. This is Lee. We are friends from various other things. We last hung out together with the Scouts. He's come all the way from the UK. Lee has one leg, but what he lacks in leg, he makes up for in spirit. Lee has had an incredibly tough life. He has been and continues to battle cancer and countless operations and has spent far too much of his childhood in hospital. When his cancer came back unexpectedly and aggressively, he said, the one thing I'd like to do whilst I'm on this planet is to skydive with me, and we had the privilege as a team of making it happen, and this day I will never forget. Thing is, once this thing takes off, there's no coming back. I always get nervous just at takeoff, it's like, okay, now we're committed.
Yeah.
The other scary bit is when the door opens. Is that not right, guys? Thing is, I've had the privilege of jumping with many people over the years, and I can safely say this man is the bravest man I've ever met for everything he's tackled in life with courage and positivity and a smile on his face. Lee, you smashed it. We're sending you, my friend, so much love and strength. What a remarkable young man you are. So that was the first one. The second thing that was a real special moment for me, the fact that we managed here in the UK to get a little bit of a summer holiday in between these lockdowns. We got to be able to go to our home in North Wales, our little island that is a real hideaway for us as a family, and we got to have some great little mini adventures together. But the one that stands out for me was our family search for the Holy Grail. Now at this point my children would be laughing, going, Papa, the Holy Grail is not on the island. But the thing is, I really believe it is. And here's why.
So what we do know is the Holy Grail was stolen from the Holy Land in the Crusade, and it came back to France, but from there we don't know where it went. But logically, I would have brought it back to the UK. King Arthur, we do know, fell in love with Guinevere from North Wales. Avalon means island in a secluded bay. I would have buried the Holy Grail at Avalon. One of these islands, for 800 years, has been in the ownership of a Knights Templar. Well, correct. Absolutely.
And so really that is the summary of why I believe the Holy Grail is up in North Wales. But the best way of trying to find it, spring low tide, when the tide is super low, calm conditions, and we can get round and we can get access to some of these remote hidden caves on the island.
We have found this one crack of a cave, and if you listen, it is guarded.
Hear that?
Yeah,
wait till you're
Have you ever thought of
Wait
going into TV?
wait till you're right down the end of this cave. That noise. It's the bull seals that guard the Holy Grail.
If the Holy Grail is there, you've got to go a long way into it. You've got to go where it's going to be protected and hidden from the big storms. This was our day. Check out what happened.
Wow, what's that noise?
Oh no, Papa, I don't think you should be doing this.
Oh my god. I'm retreating. Okay. We're retreating. What made you make sudden retreat?
The growl from within the cave.
It's not a growl.
It's a growl.
No, it is a growl.
No, it's not.
And we're
coming out to the safety boat. The mission is complete in the sense we're all out of there safely. There is the crack of the cave.
So sadly the result was we didn't that day find the Holy Grail.
We have failed this time to locate the Holy Grail. I still think it potentially could be in there.
But never give up. NGU, I still believe the Holy Grail is somewhere there. We just gotta keep hunting. The third thing that I am especially thankful for this year is the community of the scouting friendships I have with scouts all over the world. And I look back on this year as such a tough year for so many people. And yet the scouts still managed to shine bright and go the extra mile for their communities and to help people who needed it most. And the one thing that stands out for me this year with the scouts is when we collectively all got together to try and hike the distance to the moon to raise money for children in need and for comic relief. Not only did they reach the moon, they also made it back. So that was definitely special for us. And thing is, the scouts never give up and they always keep going. And as we speak, we've also got scouts from all over the world trying to do a new mission to support the scouting groups that have been most affected by COVID-19. And right now we've got scouts trying to hike around the world, and they're doing it and they're making a difference. And scouts, I think you are amazing. So there you go, 3 things that stand out for me this year that I'm thankful for. I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. Hold the ones you love, hold them close. Be grateful for the little things and live in the moment. I think that's been a big lesson from this year. Enjoy the little things, live in the moment, and the storm won't last forever.
Bear, Merry Christmas. You sent me a present. I'm excited because a present from you, I'm thinking, I don't know, knife, catapult, maybe, fire starter. Mate, what is it? Is that you taking a mickey? I was thinking maybe we might have got something a little bit more adventure. Merry Christmas, mate.
So the one thing about our team is that we might operate in jungles, deserts, mountains all around the world. And as a team, we pride ourselves on being resourceful and adaptable, and we can deal with most things. There is an exception to that rule: Christmas decorations. I mean, look, you can tell this has been a botched job, isn't it, guys? What do you reckon? But this is as good as we can do. So here we go. This is a Christmas special and a chance to reflect a little bit on some of the adventures we had before lockdown hit. The one that for me stands out is when we were filming in India for our show, and we've done this with some amazing people, starting off with the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi. We've taken Akshay Kumar, but the one that stands out for me as a moment was taking the great Rajnikant on a mini adventure into the wild.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
You know, I always remember we were climbing up this little bank and we both kind of slipped and he cut his hand, a little kind of nick on his hand. And he goes, "But Bear, my hand, look, it's cut." And I said, "Oh, you know, you're the great Rajnikant, you can deal with that."
You are an inspiration.
And then secondly was when we got a flat tire. And you know, we were on the side of the road and I was trying to get the nuts of this wheel off, and I threw the spanner to Rajni and I said, "Hey, just get under here and help me with that." And the Indian crew looked at me and go, "But the great Rajni can't, he cannot get down in the dust and change a tire." And Rajni kind of, he could figure out what's going on. He looked at me and goes, "Pass me the spanner." And we both got down there and he started helping me change the tire, put his sunglasses down in a super cool way that he does. And he helped me, and I love that. And that is for me what the wild is about. It's a great leveler.
Trust me.
India, though, is such an incredible country and a real privilege to film so much in. But I always think of India as, the word that springs to mind is warmth. You know, warmth in its climate, warmth in its chilies, and warmth in its people. and we've always, as a crew, had such a warm reception from people in India, and we're so grateful for that. But I asked some of our team to send me a message about their recollections from India and things that they've been grateful for this year.
Okay, let's put this up here.
Hi Bear, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you for inviting me to your virtual Christmas get-together.
Hey Bear, happy Christmas. December already, where's the year gone?
Hope you're having a great time. What a crazy, crazy year it's been.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Dan is brilliant.
Thanks for another year of great adventures. We managed to fit a few in, didn't we? I think my favourite was probably the trip to India, way back at the start of the year.
The most amazing people, the scenery, the food, everything about it. Just amazing, what a privilege.
You met two huge superstars of Indian cinema, and I know when we sat down with Akshay Kumar and you made him some elephant dung tea.
That's a fresh one.
Which was hilarious, and I know the whole crew was standing there going, oh, he's not going to drink it.
It's tea. It's just elephant tea.
But you both drank it.
Yeah, I think Nick is right. That moment drinking elephant tea with Akshay was definitely a special moment. Sometimes it's the moments that aren't so pleasurable at the time, but have the best memories afterwards.
It's finished.
The drives to work in the morning, elephants in the road, crazy trips on the way into location every day. More than anything else, I felt just happy that I made it there alive.
Dan's right, you know, one of the things that's easy sometimes to take for granted is how lucky we are with the access and the places we go and the people we meet. Get up so close to some of these elephants and see the crocodiles and tigers and all of that.
India was my favourite shoot. I think it was the culture, the people, the terrain, the wildlife, just fantastic. And of course, don't forget the food. The curries were amazing.
What I love about Scott's message is he's filming in front of his paramotor. He is obsessed by paramotoring. Wherever he goes, he's always taking a paraglider and a wing, and he's ready to go at a moment's notice.
We came across this lake full of just who knows what was in that water, and I thought to myself, if I had to give advice to any celebrity that's going on a journey with Bear Grylls,
But it's going to be okay.
if you come across a dirty, nasty lake full of muddy water, turn around and run the other direction, because I guarantee you Bear's going to find a reason to go in it.
His advice to celebrities: if you come across a dirty, murky, dangerous looking body of water, run the other way. But good for Rajni, he did hesitate a little bit, and then I said, it's fine, we'll be okay. But you go crocodiles, I go, we'll stick together. And fearless to the end, he got in and did it. Good for him.
If I'm honest, if I'd have been on my own, I would have been a little bit nervous in case it was a crocodile. But together we're a bigger presence, and I feel braver.
But also, do you remember on that shoot, we had that guy who was driving us down there, taking us out of the city. He had that kind of amazing moustache, really great big, kind of like awesome kind of moustache. And I just remember thinking, man, moustaches are so underrated, like back home. I should grow a moustache. And so, do you remember we had that trip to Iceland later in the year, and I'd kind of managed, it took me like about 3 months, and I'd managed to grow a really terrible moustache. But I thought, I owe it to myself to find out what kind of a moustache I can grow. Anyway, that was the legacy of the India trip.
I mean, brilliant. The great thing about Pete is that he always remembers the unusual, quirky things. And I hadn't thought about that guy's moustache, but that was a cracking one. And also, I love the fact that Pete turned up on the next shoot with this great kind of Poirot handlebar moustache. What a legend. Always original. But for all of you out there, it's just to say happy Christmas. I hope this one is full of laughter and coziness with those you love. So, happy Christmas. Thank you. You thought it was the end, but it's not quite the end, because we always have to obviously finish with wearing a silly hat at Christmas time. Cue the crew don the hats.
Right.
It's not mine, it's my kids. This is all I could find. I look a bit like an elf.
Merry Christmas.
Let's look forward to 2021 and a very, very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I haven't got a hat. I'm going to have to improvise. So here we go. I think a bit of Rambo it out with the... Ready. Let's do it. Are there any foods you wouldn't eat? I've eaten a lot of bad things in the wild.
Man, look at the teeth on that thing. They're almost human.
But that's always out of necessity rather than
Look at him.
enjoying it.
There's only one thing that remains. Cook the testicle stack.
This is so wrong in every way.
Okay, so we asked a lot of you out there to send in your questions, and I promised I'd do a quick Q&A with you guys. So here are 5 or so of the best questions we picked out of all the ones you sent in. Number 1, are there any foods you wouldn't eat? I've eaten a lot of bad things in the wild.
This one has been living in there a very, very long time.
But that's always out of necessity rather than enjoying it.
So one of the best things you can eat from a fish is the eyeballs. Got masses of fluid in it. Pretty horrible, but really nutritious and lots of good fluids in it.
You know, I think when you get into the wild, you're kind of into that zone. Come on, you gotta do it. Get on and do the difficult.
Bear Grylls made me cut the ball sack off of a sheep, and he filled up the ball sack with maggots, which it just looks so gross.
Here we go. You ready?
They're still alive, I think.
Cooked to perfection. Here we go.
When I'm back home, I'm really bad with, I hate Brussels sprouts. My mother, God bless her, truly wonderful lady, but by her own admission, maybe not the best of cooks sometimes, you know, without me be disloyal, you know, but her skills definitely lie elsewhere. And growing up, we used to have a lot of stewed Brussels sprouts, and the smell's terrible. Are you scared of heights? Have you ever been scared of heights? The answer is yes. I think everybody is scared of heights. It's a natural thing, isn't it? When I meet people who say that they don't care about heights, they don't feel anything, I'm always a bit suspicious. I think it's an inbuilt, you know, self-protection, isn't it? That if you're near a really big, you know, looking over a building or down a cliff, you're meant to be scared. But the thing is, learning that fear doesn't mean you can't do stuff. Fear is there to remind you to concentrate, to get things right, heighten your senses. And I think the key with life is learning how to deal with fear and how to walk towards the things that we're scared of, but to get on and do them anyway. But for me, I have to do that all the time when I jump out of planes, climb cliffs, go down, because whatever it is, when it's heights, I definitely feel that fear, but I've learned to channel it, use it, and to do it. What's the biggest blessing in your life? Well, listen, it'd be easy to list great friends. You know, they are always a bedrock of my life, and I'm proud that so many of my best friends in my life have been best friends for so long, and they always say old friends are the best friends, and I stand by that. I would also say adventure is a great part of my life, and it shaped my childhood, it shaped my career, it shaped my family. I'm always grateful for that. I do believe ultimately adventure is a state of mind, so wherever we are in the world we can seek it out, and I love that. I would also include the Scouts in one of the great blessings in my life. The connection with people all around the world, the community, the friendship, it's an amazing thing, and they change and inspire so many young lives and serve their community so brilliantly, and the Scouts are one of the great things definitely in my life. But I put number 1 my family. I got 3 young boys, Jesse, Marmaduke, Huckleberry, and the fact that I married an amazing lady and we're still together, and I love her more than ever, and I'm so grateful for my family, the rock in my life, truly, and I mean that. I don't pay that lip service. I always say it's the greatest wealth we have is each other. Will you ever go to adventure in space? Oh my God, I think Shara is very patient and always encouraged me to kind of go for things.
Hey boys, we're the school commute. It's just had a serious upgrade. Either way, we're not telling Mama.
But I think she would draw the line at space. I don't think I'm brave enough for that. Although it would be pretty cool. And actually a great friend of mine, Tim Peake, one of our scouting ambassador, the stories he tells are amazing.
The challenge, I think, is to stay dry.
No.
How would you survive if you were stuck in the Jurassic period? Oh God, what do you reckon? Fighting the dinosaurs? I think the honest answer, I probably wouldn't survive. I'll probably be toast and get eaten. Give it a good shot, but choose your battleground sometimes. A world full of Tyrannosaurus Rexes. I think I'll probably be toast. Next question. What's your fitness secret? Here's the thing, I'm never a natural, I was never sort of super naturally sporty or the fittest or strongest when I was young. It was something I've always had to work at. But I kind of like that. I think it's something, you know, fitness is something you've got to earn. You've got to earn it through sweat and tears occasionally, and you've got to make it a daily discipline. So I'd say the secret for me is making it a habit, do it every day, even if it's not for very long. Keeping workouts short and sharp. You know, I train for about 30 minutes normally. Train with friends is a key thing. Mix it up, find things you really enjoy, and if you can't do anything, go for a fast walk. And I'm so grateful for our Be Military Fit community that motivate me so much, and we have, you know, BMFers as we call them, who join us online and in parks. Okay guys, 10:30, well done. Many of you joining today. During lockdown, we've had literally millions of people making use of these workouts. And I love that, the community that we have, and that's a big part of what motivates me to keep fit. Your chickens aren't working out. They're always slackers in life. The thing is, you can't worry about them. You'll let them do their thing. Final question, most influential book you have ever read? Gosh, that'd be, you know, so many great ones. I think I love the book Skeletons of the Sahara, that was amazing. I love the book of Vanya. These are the kind of books you might not have heard of. But my favourite is Unbroken. Unbroken is an amazing story of Louis Zamperini. They made a film of it, but the truth is the book is better. And the book really kind of goes into his story, and his story is inspirational. So if you get the chance, buy the book. Be amazed, be inspired. What he went through in that raft, and then when he was captured by the Japanese, and then his whole life since, it was an amazing book. I won't spoil it for you. So there you go. I hope that helps. Ready to empower your day. Go for it. Above all, NGU, never give up.